It's another football story from the VI Raiders. Joining us, this is Kaya Saunders and is going into his fourth year. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Man, 4 years already. This is kind of nuts, isn't it, when you think about it?
It feels like yesterday I was just a rookie. It's pretty crazy.
Okay, speaking of thinking back, do you remember growing up playing football? Do you remember your first football memory?
I'd say my very first football memory was just playing in the yard with my dad. We used to do these things where or the fence, there'd be the two posts. He'd say, run to the first post, and that would be a route. Second post would be a route. Tree in the middle of the yard, that would be a route. All those things.
The tree, the defender as well, I'm sure.
I don't think I ever ran into it, but probably close.
Do you remember how you got into the sport? Is that just what it was in the backyard playing catch with dad? Is that how you really kind of got interested in the game of football?
Well, I kind of just always really liked it. I mean, my dad's a huge football fan. I always watched it growing up, and then I played it at school with my friends and just like on the road and stuff. So I always really liked it. Yeah.
Is your dad an NFL guy, a CFL guy, a junior guy?
Definitely more of an NFL guy than CFL guy, but big junior guy too. He actually he used to be the announcer for the Raiders back in the day. So
Come on, did he ever play?
I know he didn't play. He's the soccer guy.
So he was like the public address announcer?
Yeah, like I guess for the home games he'd do the announcing. I don't know if it was at the stadium. I don't think they had a live stream back then. So
So when you're in the backyard, did you get the deep voice, the baritones saying Saunders makes a great catch?
I don't know if he'd commentate like that. I can't remember those little details.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
I played lots. I played lots of soccer. I rode dirt bikes, raced motocross, and raced BMX. Played lots of basketball too. Just kind of all sorts of things. Yeah,
Were you any good?
I was pretty good at soccer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was probably better at soccer than I was at football when I stopped playing soccer, but
Oh yeah.
I liked football more.
Why did you choose football?
I just I had a lot more fun playing it. The thing about like soccer is just even at a young age, there's lots of politics and stuff. And I was like 10 years old noticing politics and like favoritism. I just really liked football. It was more fun and yeah, just enjoyed the game more.
Okay, well, let's stick with football then. If you can think back, what is that one game that you played in as a kid that you'll never forget?
Um, I'll have to say we were playing one of our rivals. They beat us earlier in the year, and it became playoff time, and we were down 14-0 going into half, and this game is to go to the championship, and we ended up coming back, and they tried a fake field goal at the end of the game to win it, and one of our guys we got the tackle and we won the game. We ended up going to the championship, so that was a pretty good time.
That's awesome. How old are you? Remember?
What was that? That would be probably 13, I think, something like that.
Oh wow.
Around that age, yeah, 12, 13, junior bantam, so whatever that is.
Yeah. Well, you'll have that memory for a long time. Do you have fond memories of coaches growing up? Do you remember? Did your dad ever coach you?
No, he was never a coach. He was just too busy for it's a big time commitment. But
Sure.
I had lots of coaches. I mean, just growing up in Nanaimo, I played for Southside, which is if you know what John Barsby High School is, that's where I went to high school. So a lot of the guys from John Barsby would come and coach us, who were like young coaches, kind of fresh out of high school and stuff. And so, and now a lot of those guys were Raiders actually too at the time. They would come help and coach. So yeah, tons of memories.
When was that inspiration that hit you to want to play high school football? Was it when you had some of these coaches coming in that to really set the tone for your high school career?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a huge like culture around like where in this part of Nanaimo, like Southside football, it breeds into Barsby, and then
Mm,
Barsby is where it's just like high school football is huge there. They've had
yeah.
lots of success, so it's just kind of a. It was never not going to play. It was never a thought not to.
Okay, so you're on the defensive side right now for the Raiders. Did you ever play on the offensive side? You must, hey?
I actually did not become a DB until I got to the Raiders.
Wow.
Yeah, I played a little bit of quarterback in high school and receiver, and like everyone played both ways. So I played some DB and stuff like that, but definitely was more of an offensive guy like my whole life leading up to this.
So does that give you an advantage now as a defensive back? You used to be a quarterback. You maybe can pick up on some tendencies.
Um, I don't know if I was ever a high level enough quarterback to really that helps me out now, but I think it helped a lot with kind of being a leader and like understanding the game. Like understanding things just bigger than just the play call, like the concepts and kind of what you're trying to take away and take what's given to you, kind of stuff like that.
Would you ever want to go back to the offensive side? Say, hey, coach, I can throw a little bit.
No, if I was gonna go back, it'd be receiver. I took a couple reps at practice last year playing some receiver. It went pretty good, but yeah,
And
no,
you,
definitely a defensive guy.
you have a younger brother that I think he's a receiver, wants to be, right?
Yeah, this is his first real year playing, and kind of same thing. Goes to the same high school as I went to. Everybody plays both ways,
Yeah.
but he played pretty good at receiver in his first game here, so I think he's probably gonna stick with that.
Could we say that you inspired your little brother to play football? He's looking up at you saying, hey, I want to play that too.
I'd say for sure. I mean, when it came to picking his number this year, he chose the same number as me, which is pretty cool. I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty cool right there. Yeah.
You guys still go in the backyard and now you have to defend against him, right?
Yeah. Usually we usually play basketball against each other in the out front, and that's where it gets pretty heated. But I haven't played much football.
Yeah. So why select the Canadian Junior Football League, the CJFL, and the VI Raiders? What went into that decision?
Yeah. Well, so when I my last year of high school was the COVID year, so there was
Okay.
no football at all in BC, and so I didn't really have a chance to get like even film or like stuff like that to go anywhere. And I don't think anyways I would have left. Wasn't don't think I was ready to leave. But
Mhm.
the Raiders, I just grown up watching them. Like I said, my dad was he loved going to games. I'd go to most of the games. And Barsby, the high school I went to, a lot of the guys from Barsby end up going to play the Raiders. So there was a bunch of guys on the team I knew, and yeah, I just started showing to practice, and here we
Yeah.
are.
It must be a pretty cool thrill for your dad. Do you ever talk about it that your dad, the ex public address announcer for the Raiders, now his son is suiting up and playing? Like it must be a pretty good thrill for him.
Oh, he couldn't believe it. Like the first time, my rookie year, I didn't play that much, but I got into a game for the second half near the end of the season, and he was just like he couldn't believe it. I mean, I couldn't really believe it at that time either, but yeah, just seeing me on the field and stuff, he thinks it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, now you're going your fourth year. Are you going to be a leader? Do you like to take on that just because of how long you've been there for? Naturally,
Yeah. Oh,
become one.
for sure. I definitely say like going into this season, I'm definitely one of the defensive captains, 100%. One of the older guys. We don't have too many fifth year guys, a lot of fourth year,
Mhm.
but so I'm pretty much like the oldest age group, and yeah, I'm definitely trying to be a leader this year for sure.
Are you peeking ahead to what comes after junior? I mean, you got this year and next, and then how does the football story continue?
Yeah, I mean, uh, I definitely think youth sports. I'd like to go play some youth sports for sure. I think I definitely can go do it. Um, we'll have to see how everything works out though. Yeah, definitely want to go play youth sports though.
For either this year or next year, would you want your dad to come back one more time behind the microphone and say your name over the PA?
Uh yeah, maybe, but he gets pretty rowdy at these games. I don't know if he'd be a good guy to give the mic to.
Awesome, man. Great story. Thanks for doing this, and we'll see you on the field this year.
Awesome, thank you. Have a good one.